Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm great. How's everything going?
Hey, it's another beautiful day.
Definitely. Is it like 7 a.m. over there?
It is 8.
It's 8. Okay. I'm always thinking you're in Texas for some reason.
That's where my wife's from. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Nice. That's good. That's good. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, man.
Excited to collaborate on this and see what can come from it.
Yes, most definitely. I think this is a new age kind of experience that we are all trying to get into.
For sure.
I know that there's a lot that people don't know. I think about 2 people that I've talked to within the past week did not know anything about this online platform, not even my course, but just
Huh,
using the platform to extend information and be resourceful to
for
other
sure.
people. Because I hear them say, well, I want to teach people how to do this, I want to teach people how to do that. And I'm like, why can't you just pre-record everything, do it
Hmm.
once, and then make it like a perfect presentation setup, and then pitch it, and then you can
Yeah.
be still get your residuals while working on something else, because you don't want to keep, I mean, practice is perfect in learning, but you want somebody else to practice that because you already mastered that art,
Yep.
so did you get a chance to look at any of the course outlines or anything regarding the platform?
Um, a little bit, and so not real in depth. No.
Okay.
So, but I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, I saw the outline of the who, the what, the why, the how. Um,
Yeah, that's what I
that
want.
was the right.
That's what I want. Yeah, you're right. That's what
Okay.
I want to go over with you today, just to give you
Cool.
like a brief overview. So pretty much what my course is about is typically business and branding pro tips. And why I put pro tips at the end is because I don't want you to think that I'm giving you a whole lecture.
Ah.
So the tips is more like giveaways, more like little nuggets, more like supported resource material that can help you accelerate your business or your branding feature.
Cool.
So I was able to segment that into all those different components.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start off with who. So with who, I was literally expressing myself and giving people an idea of who they think their audience is if they don't really know. And I was going into the depths of, gender,
Mm.
race, household income, location, just things that are very, very key elements to, somebody's progress, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that people don't know, and they don't know how to get to them, and they don't even know who their audience is. They might have,
Right.
well, I'm selling this wonderful, piece of cloth, but you know that this will not go to anybody but somebody that really appreciates value for restaurants, or
Oh, right.
someone
Yeah.
that appreciates, interior design, so you have to be very key focused on exactly what you want to do. And that's where
Mm-hmm.
I now bring in that information. So I now break it down and say,
Cool.
okay, there are like about 6 key people that you need to know, and that's in the course. And it all gives you a list of all the different industries, because people like to work in teams, people like
Mm.
to work as a group, but there are some key people that do not need to be missed out, because if they're missed out, then you have to hire them, or you have
Ah.
outsource for them, and you don't even
Yep.
know where they are. So
Yeah.
it's best to keep within the circle while you're still growing, so that when you expand, you can be able to keep the who in the how, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also went into the next one, which is what. And when I said what, I was talking about the business and branding pro tip. So it's
Okay.
more like, this is what my goal is, this is who I want to target, and then this is what my product is. So
Perfect.
I now go into the what, as in like, is it, what kind of color is it? Like people like different colors. So, like the way Google has like about 4 or 5 colors, I think
Mm-hmm.
they're probably the only company that do that,
Probably.
you know, but
Yeah.
but most essentially you'd see Coca-Cola, banks, they have at least one or two. They have a primary color and they have a secondary color. Sometimes I think I'm like, this is basic knowledge, but at the same time, I can't overthink that because it's not really common. You know, people can see that and you'd be like, oh, that's branding. Oh, that's marketing. Oh, that's a nice ad, but they don't know the work that went into that ad or into that shade of color, you know? So now I go into the depth of giving people that analysis of what they need, you know, what they can find around it, who to even look at, because different colors give different color psychology methods, you know, to the brain wave. So like red, you know, that is finger licking hot, you know, it's Coca-Cola. You know, if you go to the orange side, that's Popeyes, that's some nice eatery out there. If you go to green, you think it's an NGO company, you know, things that are very environmental and specific to that color. So I break it down bits by bits by bits. So I'm just giving you like overviews right now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I also go into the when. And the when is usually the most important part, because you also have to know when your product is needed, when your service is needed, and when you as a company is needed, you know, because like right now in the state that we are in, not every company is needed. You know, it sounds terrible, but it's a fact. But at the same time, you have to know that, okay, where do I leverage? You know, where can I come in and fill in the gaps so I don't feel out of place? So and then you have to think about the online platforms on how to reach them, when to reach them, what time of the day to reach them. You know, if you're doing a billboard ad, you know, what time of the day, this is like perfect timing right now, because if kids were going to school, you know, that would be happening. But right now it's the summer, so you can't use the same time frame in January for the same time frame in May, you know. So that's really what I go into, the breakdown analysis of things, so that people can understand where they themselves are coming from or why they're even doing the business. Then I go to the how, and the how just gives completely different options of how you can be able to list your product out there. So I give different options on, you know, ads and how you can be able to use different platforms, different emailing marketing schemes that you can to accelerate, you know, your business, because email marketing is still number one today, regardless of what people are doing. So the more emails you have, the more your listing becomes greater and the more products you're able to reach out and sell through. So those are the little nuggets that I've been able to cover. And I haven't covered everything yet, but that's just like the tip of the iceberg. So based on what I've said, is there anything that you want to ask me about the course, or, you know, something that probably you came across when, you know, you were looking at it earlier?
No, I think it's a good setup. I think it's the simplicity of the modules and everything. I think people will be kind of drawn to, because they're like, oh, this quick, like smaller break, so it's not going to overwhelm them. And so I think they're going to like that. Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good setup.
Yeah. I talked about the how, I talked about the what, I talked about the when, I talked about the who, and I think the last one is why. Yeah. So that why section that I brought up was very, very important, because when people bring out products, they need to know why their products are needed, if they even need it in the first place, you know? And then I now break it down and give you like statistical information about products and companies in the past that have done stuff and why they did them. So it's not like I'm giving you like tips. It's more like I'm giving you a tip, I'm giving you a case study, I'm giving you a review, then I'm going to the next tip, so that you're following through with everything that I'm talking about. And that can give somebody like a big leverage by the end of the course to, you know, figure out what they want to do for themselves. I know one person who did and completed the course, and I saw his notes and I was like, you have like 10 pages of notes, you know? And I was like, awesome. This is very encouraging, you know, because it helps me. It's like sometimes when you do stuff, you're not sure if it really makes sense to people, but the more people actually give you that honest, genuine feedback, like, oh, this was great, or this was amazing, or you could improve here, you can improve there, that gives me more understanding and more critical analysis breakdown to like help myself do the next course better. You know, it's not the only course I'll be having. I just wanted to see how this one goes, and then I can start bringing other tips, because I'm very majorly into music, creativity,
Mm,
entertainment law. I'm also good with graphics. I'm a drummer. So I want to give people
awesome.
tips on how to do artist management, how to, make a band complete. What are the things you need? Give examples of people in the past who signed contracts that they didn't know what they were signing. So
Yeah,
just a lot of good knowledge for people to abide by, so
that's
they can
awesome.
grow. Hmm.
Cool, man. That's exciting for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, I think it's cool. I think like I said, I think it's a good setup. I think it'll be easily digestible for people, and they'll really be able to get, like you said, that guy had notes. I'm sure that because of the setup, it'll be well suited for that. So
Right. It will be well suited for that. And also another thing I was gonna let you know, I don't know if you saw, but they're like a little quizzes in between. I,
yeah, mm-hmm.
yeah. So I was like, how best can I be able to give them information to retain?
Mm,
Them just having to think about the the long notes, the long minutes, what can they use
right.
as little nuggets to give them like reference tracks to give them an understanding of why they're even doing the course in the first place.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Adding that in, or even like a PDF that they can print off that's like a worksheet that they can keep. Yeah,
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
that's
What
awesome.
about you? Have you considered doing something like that? Because I know you're really busy, but I don't know where you can fit that timing if you do have the time for that.
As in building courses?
Yeah, just building something that you can tell your audience about and give them something that they can retain without you
Yeah,
there
for
physically.
sure. No, yeah, definitely is in the progress or in the process of creating some different courses, the same kind of thing. Yeah, so looking forward to getting those completed and start getting them out there and offering them to people. Yeah, like kind of like what you're saying. Like I'm starting with some smaller ones over more specific topics,
Tell me more.
um, and then I have like a big flagship course that'll cover. That's the one that's going to take a little longer to get going because I want to have some success with like one-on-one clients and
Mm,
people doing the smaller courses before I launch the big flagship one, because when I launch that, it'd be nice to have people who've done some courses or coaching where they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll hop on that one.
okay.
Basically, that will be like the membership course, where they pay a
Uh,
monthly and they can go through it all because it'll be a lot of information. So like it'll give them more time to go through, but then I'll also add new things to it
okay.
periodically, and then they'll have access to live webinars through the membership and other like discounts if I ever like write a book or whatever. I mean, that's big in the future type thing. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm working in the progress or in the process of working those into being. So
That's great. That's
yeah,
great. I think that's a very good initiative for people because not everybody has that opportunity to meet people on, on one-on-one basis.
yeah,
Like the quality and time you actually giving them is very like important to them because
yeah,
they're spending time, money, energy, resource, and faith, in understanding what you're trying to tell them that they don't know.
yep, yeah. And the big flagship one, um, because like I don't want people to think that I think I know everything,
Okay.
and so I wanted to design it where we talk about specific topics in like building businesses or building your personal brand, and but bring in experts in different areas.
Mm,
Um, so one that can help those people get exposure. People will then, oh, that guy's really good at whatever it is topic. I really want to focus on that too in the future, so I'm going to go check out his course or his book. So it gives validation to that person and gives them more views or whatever audience increase by being on the course, and then it helps me have experts come on, and so it helps the course become even better instead of it just all being me. Because like
okay.
I said, I don't know everything, and I'm not an expert on everything, and so I just like that too, because collaboration, just networking with different people in the fields, and
Yeah.
um, yeah, so I think that'll be fun.
That's great. Like, what's your method of, interacting with them? Let's say you have no clients
Hmm.
and now you want to get your first one. What is your step process?
Yeah, I mean, the big one is just continue to put out good content, quality content, and then just connecting with people, just seeing where they're at, connecting, building a relationship, and seeing where there might be pain points that I could have added value to help them. So yeah, that's kind of that. I mean, the grind at the beginning, obviously, you have to put in the legwork to build something where then it kind of starts rolling on its own.
Okay. What social media platforms do you prefer using for this networking?
Instagram, LinkedIn, and a little bit of Facebook. Facebook's not as big for me.
Why?
I don't know. I just I could probably do more on there than I do. But I know I like Instagram a lot, just from what I've researched and learned from people. And so that's my main one, but it also connects to my Facebook, so a lot of it goes on there. The big thing is it connects to my Pencil Leadership page on Facebook instead of my personal one, so people have to be following that page to see it.
Okay.
But I also share it with my personal page, so that's
Nice.
just how it's connected right now. Yeah, so
I'm still learning how to connect on Instagram. I know it sounds weird, but like I think for me, Instagram is more like, okay, connect client, network, friend, family. But
yeah.
LinkedIn is where you go full business mode. So how do you separate and how do you even find those people? Do you search for them? Do you look for relative posts? What's your strategy? Not
Yeah, I just go search specific hashtags
okay.
um, or yeah, if I'm just scrolling through the discovery page area, if I see some post that stands out, just connect with them, friend them, or find them, add them, message them, and then just see where it goes. And sometimes you get people who aren't really responsive and they're not really interactive. They're not really, so like I just unfriend them. I mean,
just like that.
yeah. So if they're not gonna, I mean, I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to, because I don't want to have a bunch of, like, I don't want to have like 5,000 people I'm following just to follow. And
Right. You might not
if they're
even
not, if they're not following back or interacting, or so.
okay.
So yeah, it's been good so far. And it's kind of, so it's a little trickier for me because I'm trying to build a network marketing business as well.
Yeah.
Just to get that residual income as well coming in. So I've tried to walk and kind of feel out where these people might better fit when I reach out to them. It all starts the same way, and then I just see, are there pain points more something that I could help with coaching, or could the network marketing be more beneficial where I'm actually kind of coaching them, mentoring them, come up beside them, but also helping them make money. So
right.
Just feeling that out, and because the network marketing then could help pay for some of the improvements to my other business with the money that comes from that. So which would be nice to have, like, better platforms or more ads or things like that.
Yeah. When you do your ads, what do you look for?
I haven't actually done any ads yet.
Never?
Just I did when I launched my podcast.
How did that go?
I seem to do fairly well. My audience didn't grow a whole lot, so
What did you use?
and so what did you say?
What did you use? Like what ads?
I used Facebook ads.
Okay.
And then I had it connected to Instagram, so it popped up there too.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely, like, that was in November. So even from then to now, like, looking or like remembering like what I did on it, I was like, yeah, that ad could have been better. that could have been a lot better. So like even in that short time.
Okay. Is your podcast on Spotify?
Yep. Yeah, it's on all of them.
Tell the people what the name of the podcast is and what you do.
Yeah, it's Pencil Leadership. And so basically the mission behind starting and going down the road with both of these businesses were to impact 1 million lives in a positive way. So whether that be me helping them see their self-worth, seeing their potential, and giving them kind of that kind of kick to get started going after their dreams and goals, or whether it be they already know what they want to do, but just helping them kind of get that ball rolling and getting the fundamental things in place to have good growth come from it. And so, yeah, the podcast talks, I interview different people on different subjects, or just hearing their story about what they've come through to motivate and inspire other people to know that they can get through. Maybe they're going through the same thing, so they can get through it, and good can come from it. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's like half inspirational, half motivational, and it's just a package that you can.
Yeah.
Or lead more questions. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Have you used?
Yeah. So pencil leadership comes from a parable that I found. Basically, so there's this pencil maker. He's making this pencil. He's finished up. He's about to box it up to send it off to the owner, the new owner.
Okay.
But before he sends it off, he tells the pencil 5 things. The first one is that remember, you have to be held to leave a mark. Someone's going to have to hold you so you can leave your mark, because that's what you're made for. So that correlates to us. We got to be humble. We have to find mentors. We don't know it all. So ask questions and be guided with that. The second one is, remember, you have to be sharpened to be able to leave a good mark and be efficient. And sharpenings are going to hurt. They're not going to be comfortable, but they're needed for you to grow, for you to change and become a better pencil. And so for us, we're going to go through hard times, things that hurt, things that are going to really maybe even leave a mark and be painful. And so we can get through those as well. And we can use those hard times, those struggles in a positive way to leave our mark on the world. And so the third thing that the pencil maker told the pencil was, you have an eraser, and that's for a purpose. You're going to make mistakes. You're not perfect. And so you have the eraser to work on fixing or erasing those mistakes. And just like in our lives, we're not perfect. We're going to mess up. We're going to have things that we do wrong, but we always have the option and the ability to try to fix those, try to make those right, and learn from them and not make the same mistake again. The fourth was, as you go through your life, you're going to get chipped and nicked and dinged along the way. So you're not going to look brand new and fresh like you do right now. But remember, the lead, the inside, is what leaves the mark, and that's the most important thing. So we go through things in life, and we get beat up, we get scars, we get all that, but what is on the inside is what projects out. So we have to really focus on the inside, because that's what people see. That's what our mark's going to be. And so worrying about our character, our integrity, things of that nature is important. And the last thing he told the pencil was, you are made to leave a mark. And sometimes it's going to be harder to leave a mark on certain surfaces compared to others. Yeah. Sometimes it'll be a lot easier, but you can always leave a mark just with a little extra elbow grease. And so like us, we're going to be in positions sometimes that maybe people don't want to listen to us, or maybe it's just a hard scenario we're in, or maybe it'll be real easy and we have an influence. We have a bigger circle. But no matter where you're at, no matter your position, no matter your job, who you are, where you are, you can have influence and leave a positive mark as long as you're trying. And so that's the parable. Those are the 5 kind of traits of pencil leadership. And it really stuck out to me. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so that's what kind of stemmed this whole mission I'm on.
That's great. I love those 5 points, because each of them have their own pillar. It's like they all stand on their own, but it's like a fortitude of an establishment. You know, when I was like, oh wow, I didn't think a pencil would be like that. You know,
right?
It makes you start thinking, because we got pens and pencils, but you know that everybody uses them, and those are very important things, essential things for our daily lives. So I love that.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. One place that you should really capitalize on for your ads, I'm just throwing it out there, is Spotify ads.
Oh yeah.
There's power in Spotify ads. I just did because I manage an artist, and I also got music. I also got like a new song coming out tomorrow. I have so many things that I'm doing on my end, but I was like, let me test this out and see how it works. So I now talk to the guy that I manage. His name is Shavak, and I was like, let me get your audio. Let me see what I can do with some ads, because I was throwing them on Facebook, Google, and Instagram, but I wasn't getting the hits that I was looking for. So I now got into
Okay.
Spotify, and he has about I think at least 20 new listeners,
That's awesome.
within a 3-week period. So
Yeah.
it's a great place. And then because there's also Spotify podcasts, you can also advertise
Yep.
your podcast there too. So these are amazing platforms that we can all use to create that buzz.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's awesome. Thank you for that tip. That's going to have to look into those different platforms as well for ads.
Yeah, it's a great place to be, honestly. And now with the way
Yeah.
social media and the internet is, you can reach anybody right from where you are right now.
Yep. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Definitely the positive of technology and the internet for sure.
Yeah. Like with your business right now, as we wrap up,
Yeah.
what's the most important thing that you want people to leave behind, especially during this crisis, these times that we're in? Like how do people relate and make sure that they stick to the goal and not be dismayed by what is happening outside?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to another parable I've heard is about being a thermostat and not a thermometer. So a thermometer, the mercury inside goes up and down based on external things, the temperature, the weather outside, and so it can't control that. So it's just at the mercy of whatever the weather is. And so you can either be a thermometer or you can be a thermostat. And a thermostat, we set the temperature. We set what we want it to be, how we want it to react. You can change it as needed. And we need to be that way too. We need to set ourselves on an even keel, emotion wise and mindset wise. Obviously, you're going to have some fluctuation a little bit with everything going on. But if you can control your mind and how you react to external circumstances, you're going to have a lot better success coming out. And a big way to do that is focus on your why. So why are you going after this goal, this end goal result? Like, what is it? Is it big enough? If it's just to get out of debt or to make a little money, that's not a big enough why that's going to keep you motivated to do something that's hard, because you could go make money easier at a 9 to 5 or whatever it might be. But if you're going after something really big, that's going to be hard. Starting a business is hard. Starting a brand is hard. Starting a podcast is hard, and growing that. And so you have to have a big enough why to keep you motivated, to keep you getting out of bed, to put in the amount of hours that it takes. Otherwise, you'll give up and you won't stick with it.
That's great. Yeah, I think right now is the best time to really capitalize on your time, because we're not going to get it back.
Right.
This will be over, and
that's too short.
Exactly. I like that. Okay. Pencil leadership. I'm definitely gonna tune in, and I'm also gonna definitely let people know. And I think it would be great if this particular segment was on both platforms, yours and mine, so that they know that, okay, this is a joint effort, but that also has to be approved by you. So
right. Yeah, I mean, I would love it if you send me the video. Definitely would start putting it on my platforms for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm excited about this course, this online course. This is my first, but I've studied a lot, over time, because where I even get my inspiration or my information is because I had a bachelor's in communication and
Okay.
a graduate program in entertainment business. And I'm also currently about to finish up my MBA in business admin. So I also do that on the side just to give myself a little boost. And also working with people in the past, through field experiences, advertising, companies, corporate, all those things add up together. So right now, I just feel like this is the best time to give back. And also people who have never had a chance to be in any of these classrooms, I can give them the best of my knowledge that can help them push further. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And this is always going to be a great talk every time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I will definitely keep in touch, and I look forward to the next episode segment.
Me too. Looking forward to it.
Me too. Awesome.